So, what time are we supposed to start?
I don't know. Maybe we should do introductions?
All right. I guess I'll go first. Um, Hello. My name is Alex Loader, and my pronouns are he, they. Um, I'm a I'm an actor, an aspiring voice actor, hopefully professional one day. Um, this is life in COVID, I guess. Zoom. It's so weird. Anyway, who wants to go next?
I'll go. Cool. All right. So, my name is Vanessa Bonner. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm also an actress. Hopefully, we'll get to doing some acting as soon as quarantine is over. I've actually handled it quite well. Thank you.
I'll go next. My name's Consuelo Martinez Quesada, pronoun she, her. I'm a theater student who really loves watching theater and decided to try it out. I want to be a teacher, hopefully either history or theater, but who knows? Who'd like to go next?
My name is Shiara Rivas, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm also in theater, hopefully to become a teacher.
I'm Daryl Ellingberg. My pronouns are he, him. I'm also an aspiring actor. I also write poetry and music.
Hi, I'll go next. My name is Quinn Fields. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm just an accountant for now, and I'm just going through the waves of life, hoping something will work out.
I'm Vanessa Cuellar. I go by she, her. I just graduated with a fashion merchandising degree, but I came back to Chabot to try out theater, so this is my second semester.
Hi, I'm Yesenia Villasenor, and my pronouns are she and her, and I'm an aspiring actress, and hopefully when COVID's over, I get to be on stage with me and my theater friends.
I'm JC Iglesias Burned. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a theater student and a playwright, and I hope to be a working actor and teacher.
Hey, my name is Ben Dietz. He, him. I'm a theater student as well as an English student. And I also want to be a writer, actor, and hopefully a musician too.
Okay, musicians in the building. Okay, it's Liddy.
All right, I'll go. I'm Kelsey Rama. He is a filmmaker that used to attend Chabot. He is also going to be in charge of editing this production or whatever comes from this semester.
Oh, hi. My name is Steven Shen. I'm the stage manager here. And my pronouns he, him. Sorry about that.
So, you guys have any idea what we're actually doing? Like, is there a predetermined subject already?
I don't know. I mean, how do we act without any sort of scripts, really? And it's not improv, and it's not voice acting or something where we're trying to be visually involved as well. So, like, I don't know. This is new.
Well, we have a whole new medium now, you know? This is made up of how our life is on Zoom. We are going to have to get creative, improvise.
I really miss that we were on stage together talking. I very much miss those moments.
Well, it's all on Zoom now. I'm looking forward to working with you guys.
Me too. We're going to create our own play.
Well, I know I got a lot to say about 2020, especially being a student in 2020.
I know, right?
Well, I guess we better get to work.
I remember where I was that day when quarantine began. Seriously, just 4 days before, I asked my director if I could take off early to celebrate my mother's birthday. Then the next day, Deb and Margot both tell us that the next rehearsal is optional. I decided I wasn't going to attend. I mean, what was the point if Once on This Island was going to be canceled? And everyone worked so hard to learn their pitches, and remember their parts. We recorded videos of the dancing, and I recorded how long the scenes were. And now all our hard work had gone to waste. I wish this didn't have to happen. We escaped Ebola. Why not Corona? The world went into quarantine on March 14th, 2020, and I was lying on my bed reading the email on my phone. I regret not going to that rehearsal. I at least could have said goodbye to all my friends. I try to keep myself busy by texting and playing games, but nonetheless, I'm bored and alone at home.
I remember when COVID canceled my classes, but instead of being panicked by it, I was super relieved because the truth was that I had a big test due in a few days for a really tough lab I wasn't doing the best in. So I found out about COVID canceling classes when I was knocking out a shift at Denny's. I got an email from the teacher saying that the classes would be delayed and the test would be canceled until she could figure out how to use Canvas. And I was like, wow, how convenient. But at the same time, I was trying to figure out how she'd be able to pull this off exactly. Because, like I said, this wasn't a class, but a lab. And a lab mostly requires hands-on material stuff like looking at bones or measuring a rock or even mixing some things, just stuff of that nature. So anyways, as a few weeks go by, she finally figures it out, just converting the lab into a traditional online class. It felt like a lighter version of the original class. So as the tests were a bit easier and the class was more relaxed, the teacher still remained as a pretty harsh grader, but I managed to pull a B for the most part. But then a few weeks later goes by, that is when I was let go from my job. But I had that same mindset. I wasn't panicked by it. I was super relieved because I hated working in restaurants for the past 2 years and probably I was going to quit eventually. So that's why I think of COVID as more of a bittersweet feeling more than anything, because it really gave me that change that I was looking for.
Ooh, idea. What if we do a play about like being in a Zoom class? Like imagine the inception level, all right? Like just think about it. We're following I don't know, a couple, right? Who meet up in a Zoom meeting, in a Zoom class, and are just like, oh, I'm so in love. But also, oh no, social distancing. I don't know. What do you guys think?
What kind of characters do y'all want to play?
Me personally, I prefer to play either a nerd or a jock.
I fancy myself something of a modern Casanova. So, like, yeah.
Oh boy.
I've been stuck in like quarantine clothes and no makeup. So can my character be a little flat and girly? Because I have all the clothes in the world, but nowhere to go.
We
Got
can
it.
Gotta have
accommodate that,
everything.
yes.
And that is when I knew I had reached the breaking point. Scene.
Tyler, good work. Good job at finding those nuances and getting out of your comfort zone. All right, guys, that's it for today. Start getting together with your partners to work on the project. I'll leave the Zoom meeting open if you guys want to hang out. Amanda, you'll be the host. Have a good weekend, guys, and wear a mask.
Hi, Emily. I'll be sure to send you the class notes that I typed up today so that everyone can have access to them.
Thanks, Angelica. All right. Bye, everyone.
Well, have fun being the host, Amanda. I have some serious work to get to. Bye, everyone.
Call me.
Yeah.
Tyler, that was so good. And you say you're a computer engineering major and have never acted? Ugh, raw talent.
And she should know. She was nominated for an Irene Ryan Award last semester.
Dang, well, I never acted before. I just needed an elective. So you're a musical theater major?
Yes, Broadway is the goal when things go back to normal.
Hey, this could be the new normal.
Don't say that. Then we might never get coffee together.
Oh, are you implying that we get coffee together if the situation were different? Because I don't think I mind.
It would purely be for the sake of the project.
Purely.
Is this even allowed?
More time to work, of course.
Of course. How silly of me.
And if maybe we happen to get to know each other better in the process, it wouldn't be the worst thing, would it?
No, I guess not.
I wouldn't mind getting to know you better, if you know what I'm saying.
Was that aimed at me or Tyler?
Yes.
Oh, brother, even on Zoom, my dude?
Timotheus Mapleton III.
That's not my name!
You need to realize that everything is now on Zoom.
Classes, flirting, life. Life is now Zoom, and the time has come that we accept our new overlords.
This one gets it.
You know what? I just can't with you guys sometimes, okay? I'm out. Bye.
Classic emotional ass Gemini.
Don't hate. What's wrong with Geminis?
Almost everything.
You just salty because we have all of the personality. All right, I'm out. I have an island to attend to, peaches to pick, things to do.
Not if I can get to them first. He should have never invited me to his island. Later.
All right, be safe, y'all. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Do you or each other. I don't really care. I'm out.
So, Veronica, you trying to break out right now?
No words, Everett. Anyways, Amanda, FaceTime me later, yeah? Bye.
Lame.
Anyway, I can't believe we have to write an original scene and a song. Good thing for a semester, right?
Right. But we can't procrastinate on this. It's a huge undertaking, and we need to be as prepared as possible.
It seems like you've always been prepared for this.
I have prepared for such an occasion, true. However, that does not mean I have anything written or planned for this specifically. So we have our work cut out for us. Any ideas?
I'm up to the task. A couple has a disagreement, maybe. There has been a lot of those during quarantine.
A lover's quarrel, huh?
I like your elaborative nature. It works for you.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I'll keep that same energy then.
So we can agree the world is ending, isn't it? That's what this is. Our doom's impending, hanging, balance on the precipice. Oh God, look at this mess we're in. I don't know what to do about this constant state of stress. Breathe. That's what's important. Take a moment, center. Just remember what it is that keeps me sane. Perhaps a game? Something nice and light to keep the weight inside my chest from causing pain. Why, though? It's all the same. The world's on fire and bigotry's our leader's claim to fame. I don't know if there's a point to even thinking about the future. I feel dumb. This is pointless. I'm slowly becoming numb. This is fine.
Quarantine, alone with my thoughts. No telling when the shutdown will end, leaving my stomach in knots. Stressing about what news I'll hear next. Oh no, here comes another text. So-and-so is in the hospital. Can't see them without hazard suits. Why do we keep making this issue political? People are dying, things are shutting down. Can't even visit my best friend in the next town. Due to confusion and fear, we joke about the end being near. Here I am, trapped with my thoughts. What a shit show 2020 has brought.
When I first got the news about quarantine, I was sitting in my living room. I was secretly happy. I could sleep in for a little bit and I would be saving on gas money for a few weeks. It wasn't until I realized that my kids would be home and want to eat everything in the house, which they did. My kids' school was canceled first. First my sons, then my daughters. and I knew mine was probably next. The next morning, I got the notification from Chabot. It wasn't until April that I realized no one was going back to school anytime soon, and this could be the new normal. I was about to travel to Washington to buy a car. I changed my mind. It was real. It could affect us here in the Bay Area. I was scared. Ventilators scare me. They are personal. I didn't want to end up on one, to have my kids see me on one, to leave on one. Quarantine for me has been a hurricane and a relief all at the same time. I have a wife and 3 kids, so 5 people stuck inside a 1,200 square foot space is not without challenges. It's been lots of, Dad, she hit me, he stole my crayon, I'm hungry, can I watch Netflix, and when is this gonna be over? My son is the one delighted with the situation. He gets to be home with me and Mom more. My teenager, of course being a teenager, says that not being able to see her friends is worse than actual jail. These are her words, not mine. I realize that I'm lucky, though, to get hugs every day. My aunt hasn't hugged anyone in months. Trying to support online schooling while I have my own classes is overwhelming. My kids' lunches are 15 minutes apart, and I'm taking 19 units this fall. My wife also works full-time and is in school. I have a new appreciation for primary school teachers. That's a job I could never do. It sounds like torture. I miss coming home after I drop them off at school to an empty house, and I miss coming home to a full house when I come home from school or work. I miss missing them. I haven't worked since March, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I can only think, what's gonna happen next?
You know, when Emily told us to get together with our partners for the project, I don't think flirting is what she had in mind.
No, it's not like that. Yet. I just like spending extra time working on a school project with a nice classmate who happens to be
a complete snack. Yes, I completely agree.
Yes, and it's almost snack time. He should be here soon.
Okay, room's clean, shirt's clean, hair is, oh my god, my hair is a mess. Ugh, why? Oh my god, I thought the camera wasn't on yet. Hi?
Oh, don't worry. That was adorable, right, Amanda?
Excuse me for a moment. I think something's burning.
So, Veronica, how's life?
Non-existent. We're on Zoom, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh boy, something's burning all right.
Wait, what?
Oh, ignore her. Besides, you're fine, so don't worry about it.
What about the burning thing?
Oh, that was burnt toast. Yeah, so, Veronica, it's probably time for you to do that thing you mentioned earlier, right?
What thing? I never mentioned a thing.
That thing you do. You know the things? The things you do.
Oh, right. That thing. Yeah, I better get going then, for that thing.
Thing. God, that doesn't even sound like a real word anymore.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. Bye.
Again, I am so sorry for my friend. I love her to death, but she can be a bit much. Oh, Jesus.
No, it's fine. So, the project?
Oh my god, yes, that. The the project. Let's do that.
The first time COVID tapped my shoulder was actually a few months before the lockdown, in January, back when things were normal. I was out driving with some friends, and we saw the Princess Cruise docked in Oakland. It was one of the ships that had members who tested positive. That image will probably stick with me for life. It was like seeing one of the Twin Towers after it had been hit, but before it had fallen down. People were still saying COVID wouldn't be any worse than the common cold, but I could feel the rumblings. And then COVID put its hand firmly on my shoulder, not just tapping, when the notification came. Schools would be shut down. And then, about a week after that, it punched me square in the face. Lockdowns were coming, and I felt the brunt of it, because I worked night shift at Food Max. And when we opened at 6 a.m., the storm came in. People were fighting over anything they could get their hands on. The paper aisle especially went crazy. People were fighting over 1-ply toilet paper. We were cleaned out within about 4 hours of us opening. Lines hit the back of the store. We just got an insane amount of business. According to my manager, we made $1 million in 2 days. Not that any of us saw that, or a pay raise. You know how it is. My manager asked me to come in for 13 days straight. Eventually, I just had to ghost him to get a day off. And shelves were empty for quite a while. Things have kind of gotten back to normal. But what the fuck does that even mean?
As I approach the door, the room beyond is silent. The lights flicker on, detecting the first motion in what may be months. All I see are ghosts. Rich napping on the couch near the dressing room. Nikki showing me melodramatic comics on the couch near the stage 1 doors, reading them out loud together. Ayana sitting in the middle of the floor listening to music with me. Dulce sitting in the spot closest to the lobby, greeting me with a "Happy birthday, Alex," every single day. Friends gathered in the center of the room, playing games at tables that were pushed together. Friends singing, friends rehearsing, friends talking. Friends. Friends who, I hope, miss those things too.
Do I rewind, induce amnesia, pretend I didn't see you, succumb to stupid fear, or just believe in my heart? So that's what I was thinking for that part of the song. What do you think?
That was amazing. I wish I could hear you sing in person.
You're really taking that flattery note to heart, huh? Do you want to get a COVID test with me?
What? Yeah, sure.
Great, then it's a date.
Wait, really?
Did you want it to be?
Yes, I mean, I really like you, to be honest.
Great, then it's still a date.
I will always remember March 16th clear as day. It wasn't like any other day. It was the beginning of madness. Thousands of businesses were shutting their doors. Everyone was panic buying, and more people were progressively getting sick. I remember waiting for my mom to return home with food, but instead she returned home with our neighbor's chihuahua following her inside of our home. He was frantic. You could see the fear in his eyes as he ran in and out of our door. It wasn't until my brother followed him outside that we noticed our elderly neighbor leaning on a car door on the side of the street. And instantly, we knew he wasn't well. By the time we could react, his head had already hit the ground, and when I snapped back into it, I ran like it was life or death. Although there was a life in my hands, all I could think of was that I was exposed to this man, no mask, no gloves, and I had no idea what he had. The vivid visions of his bloody head is something that I'll never forget, no matter how much I want to. And I'm here today, but I haven't seen the old man since.
I feel like I'm still on the honeymoon stage where I'm like, really celebrating our victory. Not every day.
Sí, yo soy inmigrante.
People coming into the country are trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before. And because of the weak laws, they come in fast. We get them, we release them, we get them again, we bring them out. It's crazy. The dumbest laws, as I said before, the dumbest laws on immigration in the world. So we're going to take care of it, Mark. We'll get it done.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The picture you see in the intro is both my grandparents on both my family's side. They both came to this country just to start a life and a family. And for many years, they struggled and faced a lot of hardships. Now, DACA is actually very important because there are thousands of children who come to this country just for safety. They want to get away from trafficking, gang violence, and domestic violence. And the red fiery hot Cheeto, named Trump, wants to take that opportunity away from them and send them back to the borders or put them into ICE detention centers that are way worse. I want you to start protecting DACA as much as you can.
So, I've accepted it. I've accepted the mask that must be worn around others, but a part of me can't help but wonder if it's because I'm already used to wearing the mask, hiding behind them every day. What's a physical one gonna change? At least,
Hold on. Sorry, is that true? Do you really feel like that?
it's just something I wrote for the project. It's not that deep like that. I don't know. I guess I just wrote it.
But it seemed personal. And that has to come from someplace that's real.
It's really not. I mean, it's just, I don't know, some stupid thing about mask I thought Emily would like.
You don't have to wear a mask right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, cool. So I think that wraps it up for that monologue. Have you gotten your COVID test results back yet?
Tyler, we need to talk about this.
God, I'm sorry. My brother has the worst timing, I swear.
Please talk to me. What is going on?
How do you do it?
Do what?
Wear masks all the time, potentially for a living, and actually get to take them off by the end of the day.
I don't know. I've never had to think about stepping out of a character's shoes. It's just expected, I guess.
That's so wild to me, though. Like, I genuinely enjoy acting, but I don't see how chasing a dream is a viable way to make a living.
But is that really living? I get that it's scary following your dreams. Believe me, I really, truly do. But if it's just a matter of job security or something like that, frankly, it's not a good enough reason. Do what you love. If that means making video games, then hell yeah, I'm here for you, but if it's not, you need to take off your mask and be honest with yourself.
You make it sound so easy, like being someone else all the time is something that is actually viable, something that makes sense.
But I'm not someone else, and that's the difference between you and me. Sure, I play parts and make believe, and sure, a lot of it is grounded in truth. But at the end of the day, I'm still me. I'm still Amanda. If that means having to save up a few pennies wherever I can at first, then fine. It's a price I'll gladly pay to live my life to the fullest.
Look, doing video game design, something that actually makes sense over acting, something that I enjoy by a little bit, is not a pain for me. I'll just work hard now and do what I want later.
You can't guarantee you'll even have that time. No one can. Why do you think you
Because
have to do all
I
this?
just can't do it, okay? I can't take that leap of faith. I can't think about this right now. Let's just call it for a day.
Fine.
We had just picked a name and poster design for SF State's annual fashion show. All of my designing and merchandising friends have looked forward to this event since our first day. Even students from the disability program look forward to modeling in the show every year. This was supposed to be my year. As soon as that ball dropped at midnight, I told myself I was going to make 2020 the year to try new things and just go for it. I was planning to quit my full-time job so I could focus on my final semester at SF State and have more time to do the things that I've always wanted to try, like modeling in the fashion show or acting. I finally signed up for acting classes at Chabot and I was actually pretty good. I was so happy and proud for pushing myself, and then came the day everything started crashing down. March 9th, 2020 was the first time I felt confused by what was going on. I had all my friends texting me asking me if I got this email. There were 84 days until the fashion show and 133 days until graduation, and our school didn't have a plan. Then, 1 week later, on March 16th, my theater teacher sends out an email saying Monday and Wednesday classes are canceled, but he still wanted us to rehearse our scenes because he wants them in top shape for when he sees us next. He signed the email off with, "Stay healthy and positive." Positive! Pretending like everything is normal because doing so will make all of this normal? My personal world came to a stop, but the days kept moving quickly. By the end of March, we found out our fashion show was now turning into an e-virtual magazine. No more strutting down the runway for me. Our graduation plans were still up in the air, so it's a good thing I didn't buy that cap and gown yet. I couldn't leave my full-time job because it would be crazy to leave a job with benefits right now, right? My theater teacher started assigning things online, so I guess performing our scenes was out of the question. Things I looked forward to quickly diminished by confusing emails and chaos around the world. And it's probably selfish of me to make this all about me, but I was so happy and doing such a good job of pushing myself. And when I think back to the month of March and see how quickly everything fell apart, I can't help but laugh because I wonder how many other people thought to themselves, 2020 is going to be my year.
We were working on the set for Once on This Island when my teacher, Mr. Walsh, told us that after all the hard work we had done for the past 3 months, the show might be canceled. I worked for about 30 minutes. The entire time I had my phone out in the open for any news to see what was going on. I left early. My mom had been notified her school was closing, so I had to rush to the grocery store to do my family's panic buying because I was the only one not at work. And in the middle of that 45-minute Safeway line, it hit me. Traditional school was over, at least until all this COVID stuff's over in Alameda County. Later that day, I found out my job had to close because not only had Alameda County shut down, all of California shut down. And I realized I was not only losing going to class, but going to work, and I had to go on unemployment. And I was nervous for the future. I had a little under a year left at Chabot, and I should be able to transfer by the end of my spring semester. I was scared of doing everything online. Having ADD, it's easy for me to get distracted and procrastinate things. And if I get distracted, I forget. And if I forget, it doesn't get done. And if it doesn't get done, I fail. I can't fail now because I worked too hard to get where I'm at. Could you imagine being so close to the finish line that you could see it, and then a pandemic hits and you lose all the momentum you've had up to that point? It's not fair. But really, when is the world really fair for everyone? Like they say, life's a bitch until you die.
Okay, for this next exercise, I'm going to randomly pair you all up into breakout rooms. And I want you to come up with idea for a modern adaptation of a classical musical. Any questions? No? Okay. I'll give you guys 10 minutes.
So you've been extra silent. What's going on with you and Tyler?
Nothing. I think it ran its course. There's no point. We're heading in different directions, and it would just be a waste of time and energy.
Okay, cool. Freestyling in the rain. That works.
I'm glad you know more titles of musicals than me. I've only heard of Hamilton.
It's overrated. So, Tyler, I gotta ask. People around here seem to think you're like 20 times better than most people in the theater department for some reason, but you've never acted. What's that like?
I don't know. I just try to feel what they are feeling, I guess. I mean, this is fun and all, but I don't want to waste time if I don't make it.
And what if you don't make it in game design? What if the games you make suck?
The Pirates of Penzance? Pirates in my pants?
Stop. Just stop.
Make me.
Oh boy.
I guess I never really thought about that. I guess I should have planned for that.
You plan failure?
Well, no, just a plan A, B, and C. People have contingency plans for a reason.
I don't like to think about what might happen when I do stuff. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, my sister put donuts on my chair again. Freaking nasty little.
Again?
Again.
Whew. Okay, I got it. The Rocky Horror Netflix show.
Yes. Yes, Max, you mad genius. Oh, man.
Look at it like a learning experience.
I don't know if he wants to talk to me.
I don't know, man. Get your act together. Let spontaneity happen. Text him. Let the universe handle it.
But like, maybe it won't work and I'll have wasted that time.
Nah, bro, even if it doesn't work, each relationship has its own good. And at the very least, an opportunity to grow.
Bro, I know, but like, that shit is scary, bro.
Why are we yelling? Anyways, just talk to the boy already. Damn.
Hey.
I told you I wasn't the imposter.
Oh my god, you're stuck on that game too?
Want to play?
Maybe after class. So what classic musicals would you like to do? Beauty and the Beast? My Fair Lady?
Among Us. The musical.
But based on what classic musical? That's the assignment.
I don't know. Something's afoot? It's very obscure though.
Oh boy.
So you just do things without any investment into the end result? Probability doesn't factor into your decision-making process?
You have a process? You guys were a match made in the logistics seminar. Life isn't a math equation, Tyler. It's more like a social science or a fine art. There can be multiple right answers.
But it still matters how you got there. You have to show the work.
Yeah, when you have a task or a project. Not everything is a task or a project. Okay, what is something that you do for shits and gigs? What is pure fun?
I don't know, playing Among Us or The Last of Us. Oh, water slides. I love water slides. They're super fun.
Okay, you don't not go to a water park because you might not reach the maximum level of fun. You don't not play Among Us because you might get stuck being a crew member or your best friends might betray you.
I expect to be betrayed in that game. Okay, well, you have a point.
I know I do.
Just go with the flow, like an ensemble member who doesn't know the lyrics. But damn, Gina, oh my God, Becky, can they dance?
Well, I guess it could build up character.
We were not meant to beg for moral validation from some of the most despicable creatures to ever populate the planet. We were meant to overcome all of it, because that is natural and normal for us. The press has clearly decided to double down and wage war against the legitimacy of Trump and the continued existence of white America. But they are really opening up the door for us. America was, until this past generation, a white country, and it belongs to us.
Moral of the story is, never doubt the power of unity. War dies by the sword of love, that's what it's soon to be. Love kills war will eventually be the next tune to sing. For change to come, it might take 2.5 years to drain the world of all these fears and wipe away everyone's tears. And manifest a better world for those we've lost here. This should be the United States. This shouldn't be the divided states. In order to change, it starts with those 2 letters that spell us. Uplift each other when we're low, that's a must. Let's create an America where black and brown will be safe from violence and ongoing racist rant and rave. Let's create an America where we can say all lives matter, where killing each other is no longer the new wave. Let's love and appreciate each other instead of hating and enslaving each other. I'm only keeping it real when I say America needs to heal. Moral of the story is, America must heal.
COVID has drastically changed my personal life, and it affected me mentally. Before COVID, things were normal in class and in my job. I worked a 4 to 8 a.m. shift, and I didn't have a care in the world. In March, I received a report from school that classes would be moved online. Then work sent me a notice that 3 people at my building were diagnosed with COVID. I was so scared about coming into work and getting the disease. Work provided a solution to help employees. Other than masks, hand sanitizers, and 6 feet regulations, they also created mazes for people to get in and out of the building. They also put us into separate groups. I was part of the last group who had to clock in at 3:15 a.m. Despite the precautions, I would still get alerts from work saying that people got infected and other people I know quit because of it. I'm getting paranoid. I avoid working close to people because I'm afraid of getting the disease or getting someone infected. It has also taken a toll on my schoolwork. Because of the lack of sleep, my body is sore and my brain is turning into mush. I didn't want to do schoolwork, but I had to. But it's hard with this much stress and anxiety. I'm afraid of failing my classes because if I fail my classes, then I won't get my transfer degree. And if I don't get my transfer degree, then I won't go to a college, a good 4-year college. And if I don't get that, then I'll be falling behind on following my acting dreams.
When I first got the news that school was canceled, it was only going to be for 3 days, and honestly, the timing couldn't have been better. I had this big history exam coming up the next day that I was so not ready for, and I may or may not have done a tiny dance in the workshop. Don't judge me. The relief was immediate. COVID wasn't real, just convenient. In the following days, Once on This Island was postponed indefinitely, right before Tech Week. Everyone around me was in some state of shock or grief that it was all suddenly over, and I couldn't help but just sit there thinking, well, at least we're still gonna record this, right? It's not real. It's just delaying the inevitable. The very next day, school was canceled for the foreseeable future, as well as any productions held in the Performing Arts Center where I worked. Everyone was forced to stay inside their homes as much as possible, and things like toilet paper and hand sanitizer became more valuable than gold. But it still wasn't real. It's just a meme. A meme that hit a little too close to home sometimes, but a meme nonetheless. News reports were spewing data and body counts and fear. Countless people have lost loved ones. No one knew how to fight this invisible monster that hid in plain sight. Every gesture is second guessed. Bubbles went from being an innocent children's toy to something deeply and horribly insidious. Dozens of tiny cuts all over my hands from my quarantine job, burn with every use of hand sanitizer, but you know what? That's the price you gotta pay. We're living in dangerous times, and finally, freaking finally, it's set in. COVID is real, and no one was ready.
Okay, so it's pretty simple. You just have to upload your files to the shared drive here.
Oh my god, who keeps drawing like this? It's childish and disrespectful.
Wait, we can draw on the screen?
Technology is amazing.
Seriously?
Thank you, Angelica. Melissa, Nico, thank you for your artwork. Please stop. Okay, all right, everyone. I like the progress that you've made so far, and there's a lot of good material that you're generating. So I will be putting you into breakout rooms so we can keep working. Any questions?
I got one.
Yes.
Tim, you free later tonight?
Oh, hell yeah. When are you thinking?
Wow, thanks for the invite.
How rude. And you were almost invited to my birthday party.
Am I still invited, by the way?
It's kind of a two-person thing, if you catch my drift. But the more the merrier.
Party at Everett's.
Hey.
Be hella tight, yo.
Social distancing, guys.
Okay, let me rephrase this. Does anyone have a question that's actually relevant for the class? No? Okay. All right, so look on your screens. You will get your breakout room assignment and just go to the breakout rooms, please. Tyler, I assigned you to a breakout room, right?
You did, but I had a question and just wanted to wait till everyone was gone.
Okay. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe I could work with a different partner, maybe.
Oh, well, Tyler, the project is due in 2 weeks. That's kind of late for that, don't you think? Did Amanda say something?
No, no, I'm just being stupid. Sorry. Please just forget I said anything. I'll go back to my breakout room now if that's okay.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, you could join me. Are you
Yeah,
okay?
look,
So I just
you first.
think. I'm sorry for being so hard on you about the whole mask thing. You're an adult and you know what you want to do. I shouldn't have pushed so much.
I get it. Don't get me wrong, it was still pretty shitty, but I mean, at least your heart was in the right place. It's more than I can say for now.
What do you mean?
I took a while coming to the breakout room today because, man, I feel stupid. Because I was asking to be put with a different partner.
Oh.
But I shouldn't have. I was just running because I didn't want things to get awkward. Look how well that turned out.
When did life start imitating art? This feels way too much like a character talking. If you didn't want it to be awkward, why did you mention it?
Because I knew that if you found out later and I didn't tell you, it'd only make things worse.
Fair enough. For what it's worth, I'm glad you told me.
Me too. I didn't plan on getting these deep feelings for you, but I did. And it's kind of scary, to be honest.
I get it. Let's try again from the top.
When the pandemic hit, I was baffled and bewildered. I even began to feel hopeless. The reports were coming in about COVID hitting the States, and then I realized with everything that's happened, the life-stopping effects of COVID were inevitable.
Back. 6 feet. 6 feet. Good boy.
I've seen news reports, along with Amber Alert messages from my school that said we were under stay-at-home order. Schools are closed and all campus classes are online until further notice. The situation with my classes began to get scary. I thought I would end up falling behind due to the fact that my classes were all online, and I didn't have the resources.
What are you doing, dude? This is in the middle. I'm in the middle.
With my ADHD, I was afraid that it might take full effect in messing up my learning and leave me lost in the Zoom room. On the bright side, I've quickly adapted to this new normal and I'm getting the hang of this online schooling. Now, here we are, dealing with the consequences of a very horrific plague that has put my everyday life on hold. Looking at the news and noticing the amount of damage that COVID has done, it feels like a slap in the face. It makes me break down at times, especially with all the destruction that's come with it. Besides all of that, I've been able to ask my professors for help without any issue. With that in mind, it's pushed me to feel more optimistic in knowing that this storm of destruction will roll through and the patches from it will heal. Once that happens, well, schools will open back up and life will once again be normal. And see.
you know, but you shouldn't be like looking at Zoom.
This is class. You guys are writing stuff and doing stuff, and so let's get our cues in, right? This is going to be broadcast for Chabot College. Can we get all our giggles out?
I don't know why it's funny.
It sounds silly.
I swear I was waiting for her to pick up on that, man.
I saw it right away. Then I was like, I can't let this go.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we go. Top of the scene.
God.